Yo, what's up people? So in this video, we're going to talk about why you shouldn't wait to, try to start losing weight or getting in shape or whatever it is, that other thing that you've been like putting off and that you really want to start doing, but like you haven't started yet because like some condition hasn't been met or like whatever. You're just like waiting for some point in time in the future that's never going to come. But yeah, why you should start today and my reasoning behind that, and it's kind of obvious, but like we're gonna talk about it anyway, okay? So before we get into that, please click subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet. Almost at 1,000 subscribers. I can almost taste it. Is that a person behind me? And I also have a digital marketing channel, which you can find in the description. So go over there if you want. I've got a blog, Instagram, all that stuff in the description, which you guys should check out. Okay, so basically this video, all right, so I just moved into like this new apartment in Shinjuku, which is like a kind of like a cool suburb of Tokyo, and so it's kind of complicated, right? Because like on the one hand, I make these videos and I want to start making more, and like there's too many people in the living room. I don't know how else to say it. And here, like, you can't talk in, fuck. I really should have brought my selfie stick, but whatever, like that's a good example right there. I could say to myself, shit, like I didn't bring my equipment, right? I'm just gonna wait and do this later when conditions are perfect. And I guess you could make the argument that like maybe I should like put a little more effort into my videos and editing them, and the production quality, like probably get further faster, but I think there's definitely something to be gained from not impulsively, but like acting on whatever desire you have to change some part of yourself. You should act on that pretty much immediately as soon as you have the thought in your head. Like, because a lot of the times we get this like, we just kind of wait too long, and then you just get stuck in this like waiting and analyzing, and then before you know it, you've like got analysis paralysis, right? So like, let's talk about the fitness and weight loss aspect of it. I'm in Shibuya right the way. I probably shouldn't have done this in like such a populated area. There's a lot of shit distracting me right now, but oh well, at least you guys get to see Shibuya. So basically, like, if you, like, if you're watching like lots of videos on YouTube and you're trying to like start getting your health in order, and you just haven't started yet because you're waiting for like I said, some condition in the future to be met, where like, oh, like, I don't know, what do people even wait for? Like, I guess I hate to like keep talking about myself so much, but I can only think of myself as an example, right? Like, I'll give you a good example now. The gyms in Japan are awful, like terrible. Like, I don't think I've ever been to a country, and I've been to a lot of places, that has a worse gym culture than Japan. It's like terrible, right? There's no like, the gym is like it's like a fun, like energetic activity where you go and like you want to hear loud music and you want to see people who are like maybe showing off a little bit, and it's supposed to be like fun and exciting. Here it's not like that at all. Here it fucking sucks, right? So like, and it's expensive too to join a gym. Like, at least in Tokyo, it's like, I don't know, what do we spend, like $150 minimum. It's like New York basically, except in New York you have Blink, which is $25 a month for like a full-on like perfect gym that has everything you need. So here, I could make the excuse and I could say like, oh yeah, like I don't want to work out, like the gyms here suck, they're too expensive, like there's no hot girls there, the music sucks. I can come up with all these excuses why I don't want to do it. Well, I'll wait to do it when like, when I leave Japan, or like when I whatever, like find a gym I like, or an MMA like gym that I like and I want to go to, but instead today, what did I do? I went for a run, I ran like 5-6K. I'm gonna go back later tonight. I'm gonna do like some push-ups, some sit-ups, something, and that's because every little bit helps. Oh man, I should really like pay attention to what I'm looking at here. There's some cool shit here. Every little bit helps when you're trying to work towards something. Stop trying to like always wait for the perfect opportunity to like achieve this one thing, because, and I've said this before, but a lot of people, they think of I don't want to say success, but they think of like acquiring a skill or attaining a status or something like that. They think of it as like an event, right? Of this like one moment in time where like you will have achieved the body that you want and you've got like the six-pack, you know, and that's it, right? Or you quote unquote make $1 million, right? Everybody wants to make $1 million, you know? But let's say somebody gives you $1 million right now, you'll lose that shit pretty soon, I'm sure, because you don't have the right mentality, you don't have the right mindset to retain that, right? That's what you hear a lot in like, you know, personal development world. And it's the same with fitness, you know? If somebody like waved their magic wand and they gave you exactly the type of body that you want now, right? The six-pack, if you're a guy, like big whatever muscles, or if you're a girl, like the perfect hourglass figure, the big like Instagram booty, or like whatever it is that you want, and you keep living the way that you live now, you're not gonna have that in a year. Your body's gonna revert to the way that it was, you know? And that's because you don't have this mentality, you don't have this attitude of every little bit helps, I guess is what it really comes down to, you know? Because the people who do have those things, like the people who do have, you know, whatever, the six-pack or the money, like they know that every little bit helps. That's why people say that people who are like rich, people who have a lot of money are really cheap. And they're really like just cheap about everything because they've like stacked their discipline so high that they know that every little penny that they count and like every little like expense that they monitor and that they can cut is going to add to their wealth more and more. And honestly, like as I'm explaining this, like I am not the best with money. Like I'm actually pretty bad, even though I'm, you know, Jewish and all that. Like did not like it skipped me. I didn't get those genes, you know. And like I don't track my finances at all. Like I don't want to look at my bank account balance. I don't want to look at my PayPal balance because that shit is depressing. But I know that if I did, right? If I did pay attention to it, if I checked that, like I checked my body in the mirror, of course it would look much better, you know? And like, okay, fine, you want to call me vain, you want to call me superficial, but every time I see a scale, I weigh myself. You know, every time there's a mirror, I'll like lift up my shirt and make sure I still have abs, right? Because if I do, I can like rest easy and be like, okay, I'm on the right track. And if I don't, then I'm like, okay, shit, like I need to like step it up a little bit. Which is actually one of the reasons why I like making videos so much, is because I have to like look at myself all the time, which at first was very like nerve-wracking for me because I didn't want to face the fact that, I don't know, you always look at like all your little imperfections, and I'm not like, you know, whatever, I don't think I'm a bad looking guy, but still like to look at yourself and like you see like, oh, like, you know, my nose is like this, or like I have this little wrinkle right here, or like, Jesus fuck. So apparently this is like the most popular like crossing in Tokyo or something. I don't really know. But anyway, the point, like I could like turn this off right now and I could be like, oh yeah, like this is too distracting. There's too many people here. I'm too shy. I'm too embarrassed to like make this video now. But like, it's not so bad, right? Like the important thing is that you just start and that you just like, just literally start. Because like the anticipation of not doing it is 100 times worse than actually anything that you could experience on the way to doing it, you know? Case in point, there's like literally tens of thousands of people here. I look like an idiot holding my phone like a complete douchebag, but I'm doing it anyway, you know? And that's one example. But for you, like, why have you not started yet? Like, and honestly, like I talk about this a lot, but
turn right.
Fitness and fasting and being healthy, those are the easiest things you'll ever do because you don't need anybody else to do them. And I guess honestly, you could say the same thing about, making videos, because like I don't need to be outside to make this video. All I really need is my phone and my voice, you know? But to get back to fitness for a second, like just go to the gym, you know, put on your clothes, put your headphones in, and just start working out. And fasting, like don't even get me started on that. That's like the easiest shit ever. You just don't eat, you know? Anyway, that's it. If you guys have any questions about my little rants right here, I want to take a look at Shibuya Crossing. It's very exciting. Yeah, okay. Peace.